Hello. I thought I'd read you a sort of version of 1984. Apologies to George Orwell, but not necessarily other people that went to Eton. The pencil felt thick and awkward in his fingers. He began to write down the thoughts that came into his head. He wrote first in large, clumsy capitals. Herd immunity was never a plan. Then, almost without pause, he wrote beneath it, 100,000 tests a day. But then came a sort of check. His mind, as though shying away from something, seemed unable to concentrate. He knew that he knew what came next, but for the moment he could not recall it. When he did recall it, it was only by consciously reasoning out what it must be. It did not come of its own accord. He wrote, "Stay alert." He accepted everything. The past was alterable. The past had never been altered. Social distancing, care homes are safe. He remembered, remembering contrary things, but those were false memories, products of self-deception. How easy it was. Only surrender, and everything else followed. It was like swimming against the current that swept you backwards, however hard you struggled, and then suddenly deciding to turn around and go with the current instead of opposing it. Nothing had changed except your own attitude, the predestined thing happening in any case. He hardly knew why he had ever rebelled. Everything was easy, except anything could be true. The so-called laws of nature were nonsense. The idea of children being ill was nonsense. If I wished, O'Brien had said, I could be immune by holding my breath. Winston worked it out. If they think it works, and if I simultaneously think I see it working, then it works. Suddenly, like a lump of submerged wreckage breaking the surface of water, the thought burst into his mind. It doesn't really happen like that. We are told it. It is the daily briefing. He pushed the thought under instantly. The fallacy was obvious. It presupposed that somewhere or other, outside oneself, there was the real world where real things happened. But how could there be such a world? What knowledge have we of anything, save through our own minds? All happenings are in the mind. Whatever happens in all minds truly happens. He had no difficulty in disposing of the fallacy, and was in no danger of succumbing to it. He realised, nevertheless, that it ought never to have occurred to him. The mind should develop a blind spot whenever a dangerous thought presented itself. The process should be automatic, instinctive. Stay alert, they called it in Newspeak.